Hello there, and welcome back to the channel. I'm a British person, enjoying life and the food here in Monterey, and of course, the rest of Mexico too. Now, we are in the kitchen today. So we're going to try some gorditas today. And gorditas, there are various kinds of gorditas. The basic word means the fat ones. Technically it's the fat little lady, but let's not go into that. And you get various kinds. There's the gordita de maíz, which is rather like a taco. Then there's gorditas de manteca, which are ones I love. It's basically a corn product that is quite thick. That's why they're called gorditas. They're thick ones. But there's also gorditas de azucar, sweet gorditas, rather like a flat scone or a pancake, as we would have in Britain. And this is them by company Berrick. I think these are in Apodaca, and they sell these in CJG, the butcher that I frequent of a weekend, and they're lovely. It does say 4 piezas for four things, but I did eat one a little earlier, and I do love these. So let me share these with you. I'm going to warm them up in the pan, and we're going to have them with some Mexican jam and some lovely Mexican honey. So there we are. This is how they look. Ouch! Ow, that's hot. Well, let's reduce the heat a little bit and just warm them up gently. Don't want to heat them too much. I forgot how quickly my induction hob heats things up. Ooh, that's better. Ouch! That was rather hot. So, I'm going to, as I said, I'm going to try it with some Mexican jam. And here is the jam that I'll be trying from Casa Bielva in Mexico City. I got these through Amazon. You see, generally don't see very many Mexican jams. You come across things from McCormick and other American brands, but nothing really truly Mexican. And I love a good jam. And here is one. Let's see, through Amazon. And this is ciruela y cáscara de naranja. So plum with orange skin. Probably like a good marmalade. Yeah. There's strawberry with, what was it again? With aniseed, that was it. Anise was wonderful. But you know that these are 100% natural. When the jam goes off in a couple of weeks, once you've opened them, you really do need to consume them very quickly. So next time, note to self, don't buy so many jams. And their zarzamora, like a blackberry jam, is wonderful. And so too is the guayaba, the guava. Just gorgeous. I do love these jams from Casa Bielva. So it's not just jam that I'm going to have with the gorditas, but I'm going to have some Mexican honey too. And this brand, Miel Superior, is rather good. It's kind of separated due to the heat, so the sugar has separated upwards from the main part. But Mexican honey really is a wonderful thing. So I'll try this, because I had this in the cupboard for a little while, so I must try this. It would be such a shame to throw this away. The fan of the induction hob has quietened down. But yes, I do love a nice honey. Somebody told me, I think it was in one of the Abarrotes, when I bought a honey from them, is that the best way to try or to know that a honey is of good quality is when you turn it upside down and a bubble floats to the surface. And this looks pretty good. This is it says 100% natural, and it's a mountain honey, so one where they get it from the beehives up in the mountains. And I do love Mexican honey, as I've said. It has an incredibly wonderful flavour. So, the Gorditas have warmed up. I think it's time that we should enjoy the Gorditas with some jam and some honey too, don't you think? So, here we go. The Gorditas de Azucar have warmed up. They're lovely and warm. Oh, there you go. Such a lovely aroma. It's a kind of vanilla note, but they really do smell wonderful. So this is like a 3-in-1 review. The Gorditas from Beric, jam from Casa Bialba, and some honey from Miel Superior. A 100% Mexican review. 100% Mexican products, I should say. So, let's start off with the jam. And I am very much a jamivore. I love a good jam. And that's one of those things I just missed about Britain, is that I could never get a great jam. Only imported stuff, like French ones from Bon Maman and I can't remember the other brand. It comes in a very thin jar, but bloody expensive. Mind you, the Casa Bialba, which I got from Amazon, are not the cheapest of jams. I mean, this jar was about 95 pesos, so that's around 350 or so, if you're talking in British money. But it's such a lovely smell. You get that, you can smell the orange, not so much the plum, really, but it may not look quite as appetizing, a little on the brown side, but it's all in the taste, isn't it? So, let's break this in half, and we will put some onto the Gordita. Toast is maybe better, but, well, I love these Gorditas. So fruity. It's a lovely fruity jam, like all of the others from Casa Bialba. And the taste of the Gordita is wonderful. I do love this brand. Whenever I'm in the butcher, CJG, I generally tend to buy a pack of these, and they're very fresh and very very natural too. That is such good jam. It's not overly sweet. It just goes so well with the Gorditas. You get some jams like the ones from McCormick and others, which are just cloyingly sweet. Although it says on the label for this, as with all things in Mexico, exceso azúcares, so excess sugar. But nope, this is not excess sugar. This is just wonderfully and naturally sweet. You get that lovely plum taste, and then a little bit of the orange peel as well. I do like that jam. I can't help putting more onto the gordita, to be honest. Yeah. If you happen to be trolling through Amazon and you're here in Mexico and you want something different in the jam mermelada department, look for this brand, Casa Bialba. It is so wonderfully good. They also make some chutneys as well, and they are really good too. They're fig and what is it with a fig? Their fig chutney is wonderful. Goes well with some cold meats. This is great. It's almost like a very good British chutney in many ways. And this is like some really good British jams as well. That is wonderful. So, onto the honey and miel superior, which is a Mexican brand. I don't look at anything other than Mexican brands. And it's a mountain honey, so I'm not sure from which kind of flower it comes from. But as you can see, it's separated somewhat. So you have this like what you expect of honey in colour on the top, but at the bottom a more thick consistency. But I'm in Monterey, and this happens to a natural product. It separates at times. I could put it in the fridge, but that just kills the flavour of honey. So let's give this a whirl, shall we? So I've given it a little bit of a stir and kind of mixed things up a little. And it's really lifted the aroma. It's like the honey I remember as a kid. And I've always liked honey. It's like, what was the brand? Gales. That was it. Gales Honey was the brand in Britain when I was a kid. And this is such a wonderful, fragrant honey. It is simply lovely. The smell, and we will find out, probably the taste too. Ah, that's how honey should be. It shouldn't be the kind of sugared liquid which seems to be what passes as honey in many brands, which just comes from some warehouse in some province in China. Yeah, it shouldn't just be sugar that passes as honey. And that's why I like Mexican honey. And there are some brands which are pure honey, pure Mexican honey, and pure honey flavor. So, here we go. Oops. It's mixing rather well. Look at that. That is how honey should be. Just runs off the knife. But how is the flavor? That is wonderful. I don't know why I haven't finished this jar. The flavor is lovely. I'd love to know what flower the bees have been visiting to give this wonderful taste. Oh, this is so dripping a little, but that is a great honey. I do like this brand. They produce something like 5 varieties of honeys. That is great. And as you see, it has mixed rather well. But I'm still not going to put this in the fridge. This honey will last for quite some time. It's so natural. Well, you do get some honeys which are maybe not as natural as they should be. But this brand certainly is. And it's a gorgeous one. I'm trying to think where I picked this up. Soriana, maybe. And if we get the chance to get a really good honey, don't let the fact that it's an expensive jar stop you from buying it. So I think this one was probably around 100 pesos for this jar, which maybe is kind of expensive, I guess, for some things. Might have been 120, I can't remember, but I thought I'll treat myself, and I'm glad I did. You should always treat yourself to something good, be it a nice honey or a very good jam. And where the Gorditas are concerned, like a packet of 4 of those, or of these lovely things, it's 25 pesos, which is pretty good, I think. In terms of scores, well, I'm not really comparing one against the other. I'm just saying how good they are. So I would say that jam is definitely a 9 out of 10. And the honey, well, it's a 10. And when it comes to the Gorditas, they are very good too. Maybe they're an 8, bordering a 9. Because they taste a little homemade, a little like your mother-in-law has just made some on the stove and you're enjoying them with a cup of tea. Oh, that's a point. I didn't have a cup of tea, did I? Ho-hum. Well, maybe next time when I try another honey or another jam. Those were rather good. So, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Down the bottom of the screen there, you will find various buttons where you can like and leave a comment should you be a member of my little channel. And if you're new to it, then subscribe and join David Eats Mexico. Thank you all for watching. Bye for now. See you all very soon.